is Emily Dully. I am currently a student at VCU finishing up my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. And I am an intern with Fig Tree now, and I plan to stay on through residency, which will keep me here at least for another few years. I went to UVA for my undergrad and actually got my undergraduate degree in journalism and spent a number of years working as a journalist. And I pursued that path because I love people's stories and I loved getting to know them and getting to share that space with them. But I realized after a few years of doing that, that I felt that God was calling me to do that in a much deeper way, and that my passion was really sitting in those stories with people, but also helping them through it and walking that journey alongside them, which led me to kind of do the career change and start pursuing my master's. My experience as a journalist really shaped how I view people. I think I come into this work with the understanding that everybody has lived experiences that other people can't understand or won't understand or don't know about. And I think it's really important for us as individuals to have a space to process that. And so my previous work has, I think, just given me an empathy to that reality and an ability to sit in that space with people and to listen deeply and hear what perhaps is not always being said. The first session is really about just establishing the framework for a relationship. I practice from an approach where I believe that the relationship is as important as the work that we do together. And so the first session is a lot of me getting to know you and you getting to know a little bit just about my style and how I approach counseling and the time that we are going to spend together. And then from there, a treatment plan is developed and figuring out what modalities and what techniques we can use to give you tools in your tool belt to move forward and pursue growth and health and whatever goals you have as an individual. My population is essentially anyone outside of young children. I will see adolescents from 14 and up, singles, couples, anyone who needs a space. Faith integration to me is first just a perspective. I think faith is the center of my life. Faith shapes how I view and think about suffering, hope, joy, challenges, grief, loss, all of that. And so I think it just informs the way that I view the world and thus the way that I view my role as a counselor in it and the experiences that my clients will have. And then I think the second aspect of that is that faith integration is personal to everyone. I think getting to know you and prioritizing the relationship allows me to understand what your faith looks like and how faith can help you or where you would like it to show up in our work together. My worldview is my worldview. I don't think my worldview has to be the client's worldview in order for us to do meaningful work together. And I think there's an ability that all clinicians have to understand the difference between our worldview and our lived experiences and those of our clients. And so my belief system is core to who I am as an individual. It's core to how I will treat you as a client in terms of valuing you as an individual, respecting you, and treating you with grace and dignity, but it doesn't have to mean that what I believe is what you believe. I hope that people know that I care. I think we are professionals and so we do this for a living, but I think most people who feel called to this work do it not just because it's a job, but because it's a passion and it's people that they care about. And so I hope that people know that when I'm sitting in space with them, I am 100% in that moment with them and walking alongside them. And then that is not a responsibility I take lightly, and that our relationship is also not something that I take for granted. I think trust is something that is tremendously important in the counseling relationship. It's something that's built, and I hope with each client to earn that right. and to be able to really make a difference in the people's lives that I work with.